On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
Sometimes they do make the commitment to the children too. Like, I'm marrying your mother, but I'm also committed to you. So in the event that they do get a divorce, I would expect that that relationship continue, even though that's not the biological father. You have stepped into the role. You have established this with, my children. So I would hope that you continue that. So, I mean, I guess it's not like an obligation, so to speak. Legally, you're not obligated, but morally, I feel like that would be the most upstanding, if you want to be an upstanding citizen to society, right? Like, I think that would be the most honorable, the most noble thing to do would be to continue the relationship with the children, even though you're not with the mother, if you made that commitment up front.
See, where did Anton go?
Make sure y'all get these likes up. It's the greatest show ever, man.
Why he always walks away when he doesn't like something?
Everything is unscripted, so don't know which direction we're gonna go in, but we're gonna get things back on track. Again,
oh my
make sure
goodness.
you guys get these likes up. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. This is the greatest show ever. Moving on to our last and final topics, and then we'll be taking calls, so look out for that soon. I appreciate all the super chats. Let me acknowledge you guys. Joshua, Derek, Nelson, Eric, a few others. Nelson, I see you again. We appreciate all the super chats. Eric, I see you guys. Definitely appreciate the support. Joy, Jay, my bad, Jay. Appreciate you. Our next topic of the night is he is not the biological father. If they have divorced and or have broken up, is that man still obligated to be a father? Again, he is not the biological father. If they have divorced and or have broken up, is the man still obligated to be a father? I'm gonna start with you, Lauren.
JR, you're wrong for starting.
I know. Yeah, I know. I can always come back and give you a moment. Rilla.
Thank you.
Yeah. So here's my flat out answer. No, it's the flat out answer, and I'm gonna tell you why. So from a moral compass, maybe he has an obligation to himself within his own personal integrity, so on and so forth. But from a legal standpoint, by and large, is he obligated to still be a father? And I have personal experience with this. So my step pops, which is still highly influential in my life, when him and my mom got divorced, it's almost like he kind of disappeared. And when we reconnected, I had a chance to ask him, like, man, like, I love you. I love you. Like, where did you go? Why did you leave us? Right? Like, why did you leave us like that? And he was basically explaining to me that, he wanted to go and marry and start his family and do his thing. And whoever my mother would end up with, he did not want to impose on any confusion. He didn't want to add to anything. He didn't want to stir up the pot in terms of who we would listen to, who would reprimand us, who would play what role. Whatever man my mother got with, he wanted her to have full focus and be able to allow that man to raise us however they saw fit, or whatever, how that worked out. And when I was younger, I didn't understand what was going on. As I got older, I absolutely understand it. And when you look at family courts, and when you look at men getting raked over the coals in child support, and just being taken advantage of, man, men falling behind in child support, not even knowing whether the child is there, they losing their licenses, they losing their passports, they getting locked up, all these different penalties because the family courts are sided for women and children. And I get it. But once that man finds out if like he's not the biological father, then you better step aside and let the biological father handle his business and not impede that progress either. And I know it's not a one size fits all type discussion or narrative. I know in some situations it's different for different people, but my honest opinion is that man obligated to be a father after he's found out that child is not biologically his? No.
I think it's hold on, I think take a little bit out of context. So the situation is he hopped into a relationship knowing that she had children, knowing she had kids. And so it's not that he's not finding out. He knew that they want his kids. So if they was to get a divorce or break up, are they obligated to still continue to be a father?
No, I understood it. My answer's still the same.
Okay. So I can answer now. I had to compose myself. So thanks for passing it on. So this similar to kind of like the last question, I think that it's better answered by a man, but I will answer from my perspective as a woman. I do think that if they were once married and he was a father figure to these children, once they get a divorce, he should still be a father figure, even though it's not he's no longer in relationship with the mother. What he had with his mother is completely different than what the relationship he has with the children. That goes to that kind of goes back to like holding men accountable, right? Men, you have the option to basically do what you want, right? But as a woman, I would be holding you accountable to say, yes, we aren't together, but you made a commitment to my children when we got married, right? Typically, what most men do when they enter into a marriage or a relationship with a woman who already has children, sometimes they do make the commitment to the children too. Like, I'm marrying your mother, but I'm also committed to you. So in the event that they do get a divorce, I would expect that relationship continue, even though that's not the biological father. You have stepped into the role. You have established this with, my children. So I would hope that you continue that. So, I mean, I guess it's not like an obligation, so to speak. Legally, you're not obligated, but morally, I feel like that would be the most upstanding, if you want to be an upstanding citizen to society, right? Like, I think that would be the most honorable, the most noble thing to do would be to continue the relationship with the children, even though you're not with the mother, if you made that commitment up front.
Okay, so let's just say that he did make that commitment and she moved on and dated and got married. Should he still continue to be in that child's life, even though another person is there?
Absolutely. I've seen it happen. It works well. I have a friend who has a stepdad. He would have been considered her stepdad. Her mother and him are no longer together, but she still has that relationship with him because over the course of however many years he was in their life, he made an impact on their life. So I feel like it would only be right for him to still have a presence in the children's life, no matter the age.